Little death, no remorse for the hatred. played that when I just decided to play that as a plot thickens intro music, the news style. I don't know. You know what the hell? Let's see here. Where are you at? There you are, JL. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hope everybody can hear okay. Sounds good, I hope. I hope. Yeah, I normally don't stream live on Fridays unless we're having some sort of special event. But today we're not having a special event other than the fact that my stuff doesn't work on the back end. So I don't know what's going on. And yeah, here we are. Here we are.
Here we be.
I figured today we could take a break from all the bullshit that's going on in the debunker community. I am covering it for the plot hole, but I'm not going to talk about it today because I'm still in the process of uncovering a lot of shit. God damn it. Yeah.
Was this hey, basic trigonometry, good to see you. Was this something else, or because I know you mentioned something to me before. Was it about that, or is it about this something completely different?
It's about the Team Skeptic, Red's Rhetoric, Sean Hufford, and the something else that I mentioned to you. So
yeah, you got a lot of you're spinning a lot of plates. Seriously.
All that's kind of intertwined though. So I'm not sure how I'm not sure how I'm going to cover this.
It's called Fat Man and Little Boy.
Oh, jeez. Does that make me Fat Man? Oh, shit. Well.
Hey, what's that?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Ah, man.
Man, oh man, dude, I'm telling you. And thank you for having me on the show. It's badass. Love it when I get to come on. Today just absolutely kicked my ass. My boss, or my supervisor, the service manager, he left. Today was technically, it wasn't really his last day. He'll be back next week training his replacement, but he's officially like done as far as like doing work there. So now it's all coming on me, and it's just like head, face, and neck, and I'm having to just deal with it. And I was there late. I was there early today, and I was there late, and it was just the day just kicked my ass. So I won't be on the stream the entire time. Well, I don't think I will be, but I wanted to come on, even though I'm super tired. But I wanted to come on because there was something that I really wanted to talk about. Because I was going to do a short, because you see, I've been doing the shorts, right?
Yep.
And I wanted to do a YouTube short about it, but then I realized I could not talk. This was not something that I could fit into, a minute. That this was something a little bit deeper, and I also wanted to kind of get your take on it as well. So I mean, anybody who's familiar with and by the way, anybody who's familiar with my channel, I was about to show myself, but anybody who's familiar with my channel knows that I debate theists, I debate people, and predominantly the theists out there that want to debate are presuppositional apologists, and the big thing about it is that your typical theist is not a presuppositional apologist. Your typical, your garden variety theist, man, they just want to wake up, they want to go to church, they want to think about God. God's part of their life, God's part of their decision making process,
right?
And they don't run around town being like, God, well, like this. The problem with apologists, I think it's apologism. But anyway, apologism is the rigorous defense of Christianity. That's what Christian apologists do. Mm-hmm. Is that their job, or basically what they try to make their job, is the rigorous defense of Christianity, either by defending the historicity of the Bible, or defending the Gospels, or defending the logical, or what they think are the logical arguments for God, or whatever. The problem is that the vast majority of those arguments, they get stuck in metaphysics, and they completely ignore evidence. Even though there is no answer, yes or no, truth or false value, there is evidence to the contrary that their God actually exists. There's evidence to the contrary. It's logically inconsistent, blah, blah, blah. That's why we have these conversations, because, whatever. But then I released a short where I basically said, I heard Darth Dawkins make a statement, and I was like, wait a minute, that's wrong. That's a complete and total paradox. And so people might have seen the short that I did. It was like 47 seconds long. And literally it was just, Darth Dawkins said this. This is paradoxical. This is a paradox. Okay? An eternal being cannot be an eternal being cannot be the precondition for its own existence.
Right.
That doesn't work. You can't pre-exist something that is eternal, that's effectively eternal. And I was like, that's a paradox. And then I said,
well, wouldn't anything that's eternal be a paradox?
Well, not necessarily. That would, you could say that like I could technically say that energy is eternal. Okay, but it's better to say energy is infinite. It is simply without detectable beginning or end,
right.
And we do not see it created or destroyed. But that's a mathematical quantification. That's why I like infinite better.
But isn't that just a semantical game, though?
It kind of is, and I just prefer using the mathematics of it because when you use words like eternal, that opens the door for magical thinking.
Gotcha.
You know, it's just that's where people tend to go. You hear that something is eternal, and eternal also implies never changing. It applies a singular state. It never changes from that state. Whereas if I say something is infinite, it can change all over the place, like energy does. So but anyway, I'm kind of digressing. I'm kind of digressing there a little bit. But anyway,
well, that was me. I digressed you.
Well, buy me dinner first before you digress me.
Okay.
I expect a large steak next time we're having dinner. By the way, we have to have dinner before we actually move. And I want you guys to meet Angela. So I think we should all have dinner. You know, Angela can meet Erica. I think it'd be awesome. She can meet the kids. Team can bring whatever, inflatable girl he's got that week. So I was sitting here thinking about it, and I made that little 47-second short, and it was just like whatever, it popped into my head. This would be good for a short. I scripted it real quick on my phone, read it, and I was done. And this guy jumped on there, and if anybody goes and looks at that short, you will see it is literally a comment thread that has gone on for I think almost 4 days now.
On a short? Good Lord.
on a short.
That's what
it's this one guy. Will, go ahead.
No. Oh. I was just going to lament, but you go right ahead.
Oh yeah. So this guy is just like going after me, and he's going after me with the same presuppositional bullshit. The like holy. I'm only considering with metaphysics. Blah blah blah. Yes, Robert Caslow. I do live in the Dallas area. I live north of Dallas actually, but I work very close to Team, which is pretty cool because I actually ran into him on the street at random where it was weird. It was just kind of crazy. But anyway, so he goes to this whole diatribe. He's like, metaphysical like that. I don't care about it. He doesn't give a shit about evidence. He doesn't care about what is true. He doesn't care about what we can demonstrate is true. He only cares about what he wants to be true. And when I say that, yes, metaphysically, we cannot have objective knowledge about anything. Yeah. Objectively, objective knowledge is impossible. We're all subjective creatures. Objectivity is literally impossible. And some would even say, well, how do you know that? Isn't that an objective statement? No, it's not. Or yes, it is. It is. Or no, it's not. It's a subjective statement. We subjectively can't know that we can objectively know whatever. This metaphysics bullshit. This metaphysics bullshit is literally infinite regress. You could never be absolutely certain about never being absolutely certain about never, so on and so forth.
Yeah, right.
It literally is fucking pointless. And that's what got me, is I'm sitting here thinking about it. And I'm thinking, these presuppositional apologists, and let's go to the head honcho. Let's go to the king shit thistle, Darth Dawkins, right? Oh, and this is not to disparage Darth. Not really so much. Or PKR, yeah, like the pigeon. I'm going to call him the pigeon.
Both. Okay, so really quick, I'm glad that somebody said PKR because all PKR is just a new version, a new younger version of Darth Dawkins. They have the exact same script.
Yes, except PKR actually wants to invoke magic.
Right.
Where Darth has never invoked magic or magical thinking. He actually has never done that. And Darth is actually very, very careful to never make a positive claim about a god. He's very smart about that. He will not do it because he knows he'll be trapped. The minute you make a positive, he tries to force the atheist to make a positive statement about no god. That's what he tries to do. But he conflates knowledge and belief all the time, which is ridiculous. But anyhow, but he does it on purpose, thinking he can.
Wait, was this on God kind of unimportant?
No. That was something totally different.
Or was it the pigeon debate?
The pigeon debate, that's what, the pigeon debate, what PKR does, or, AKA the pigeon.
I was looking for that comment thread you're talking about.
Oh, it's on the short. It's on the Darth Dawkins paradox short.
Where the hell is that one?
Like Darth Dawkins' God is a paradox.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So anyway,
So
so
I
I
started on that one for a little bit, and then I just couldn't hang with all the, because that guy is like, I know what comments are you're talking about.
yeah.
I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, dude. Okay, we get it. We get it.
It's great. It's wild, and it was getting and it was annoying because it was starting to bore me,
Yeah.
and I was like, do I want to keep responding to this guy? Yeah, I'm not gonna delete any of his comments. And of course, if I'm wrong in anything I said, I damn sure expect somebody to point it out to me. And that's why I'm gonna leave him up, because I want to see I want people to see the dishonesty of his comments. But then I was sitting here thinking, I was at work, and that's where I ponder if I'm going to do a short or not, is when I'm trolling around and shit like that. And I was sitting, and I realized I couldn't put this into a short. It was too long. So 47 seconds resulted in a damn near 4-day comment thread between me and this dude.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, you know what? I'm going to pull back. I'm going to respond, but I'm going to pull back, and I'm just going to look at the motivation. I'm going to tap into my psychology training, the stuff I learned when I was in school, going for my degree. And I'm gonna tap into that. And I'm just like, what is the motivation that's driving this individual? This individual watched a 47-second clip, okay, less than 50 seconds, and he has devoted 4 days, almost 4 days, to commenting about this shit. And sometimes I would leave a comment and he would wait like 12 hours to respond, which means he's really thinking about it. Because occasionally he would respond like within an hour. And so I'm like, what is driving this guy? And then I started thinking about what drove the pigeon. And then I started thinking about what drives Darth. Oh yes, Robert Caslow. There's William Lane Craig is pretty much the premier presuppositional apologist.
That's where everybody. That's where Darth Dawkins got his the skeleton for his script.
Exactly.
Really quick, and, Thor Rasmussen upgraded his membership to the Headbangers. Thank you very much.
Badass. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
So I'm sitting here thinking about it, and what got me was this: I don't know if I'm actually going to debate anymore. I'll debate theists, but I don't know if I'm going to debate any more presuppositional apologists. All of my good, positive debates have been.
I gotta say that might be. I gotta say that I think that's a mistake, from a sheer point of. So if I were your manager, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And I were trying to do the best that I could to get you in the spotlight or to get your channel going, I would book nothing but people like PKA and Darth Dawkins just to put you against those people, because that's going to get you the most exposure. That's going to get the most people looking at you and listening to what you have to say. And a lot of people misunderstand what a debate is about. A debate isn't about you proving the other guy wrong to the other guy. It's about you showing the inadequacies in the other position's argument to the audience. So that's I think it's a mistake for you to allow PKA and Darth Dawkins and those fellows like that to run around doing the things they do without having somebody who will sit down and challenge their positions, show the logical fallacies in their thinking and reasoning, and call them all their bullshit.
Okay, so Robert Caslow says dumpster fires are good for your health. I don't know about that, but
well, yeah, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a dumpster fire.
Okay, well, like I said, the pigeon wasn't really that. The pigeon was a shit show. That was a shit show, but I don't think it didn't turn into a dumpster fire because I refused to scream at the guy and try to shut him up. But okay, so the reason I came to this conclusion is because I'm looking at I started to look at the. Why do I have a top chat? I gotta put it on my chat. I started looking at the motivation behind these guys. Like, why do they do it? They wait. So I started thinking about Darth Dawkins. This cat wakes up every day, and he goes on a Discord and he hunts around Discord, or he hangs out in Reformation, or he moves from channel to channel to channel, or he has his little minions, little sycophants that copy his arguments or whatever, or they just hang on his every word because he's there. He's like they're fucking just right. He hangs the moon and writes the gospel. So. What got me was the guy was just like the pigeon and Darth Dawkins. I don't think, even though even though it has the illusion of being about God or being about theism or apologetics, I get the very distinct feeling when I compare the three. It's not about religion. It's not even about God. It's not about any of this.
Well, it's about ego.
Well, and actually, or maybe, but I'll get there. What my conclusion is, there's a lot of energy going into this, and if someone was so egotistical, um, you can be egotistical and not be insecure. Okay, you could just be way like arrogant and just be, but have no insecurity, like completely secure in who you are and just totally fucking arrogant about it. You can be that way. And I get that feeling from some people. Some people, like, say, oh, this dude just feels inadequate. Actually, what I'm going after is, or what my conclusion is that this is not about God. It's not about theism. It's not about any of this bullshit. What this is about is people who have devoted a lifetime's worth of energy, a lifetime's worth of faith, a lifetime's worth of study and devotion to a particular thing, expecting in some way for there to be some kind of return.
Right.
No one puts that much effort into anything without thinking that there's going to be good things. Put good things out there, good things will come back to you. You be a good Christian, you like this, and good things will come back to you. And yet I constantly see these individuals and they are so fucking angry because the world is not the way they think it should be. Because homosexuality is accepted, because transitioning is becoming a normal thing that we talk about, because the world has progressively become more tolerant of people that they hate. They see bad people getting away with shit. They see the 2008 housing crisis. Hang on.
Well, hang on. When you say bad people, after
Well,
talking about trans.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But they also see stuff like the 2008 housing crisis. They see nobody going to jail for this. They see nobody paying any penalties. They see the government not giving a shit. They see the government doesn't even, it doesn't even make decisions regarding this. They view the government as satanic. They see all of what they did in their eyes. It's all evil and it's all bad and it's winning. And then they themselves, they bust their ass day and night. They live by this dogmatic thinking. These doctrines are their life, and they have almost, and a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them have virtually nothing to show for it. And the theists who are super successful, it usually turns out that they just didn't play by the rules, or they bent them in order to be successful. Because sometimes, unfortunately, this is the capitalistic society we live in. You can't just play by the rules unless you get lucky or you're already rich. Otherwise, you've got to bend the rules to get ahead on occasion. You have to.
Oh yeah.
It's dog eat dog in a capitalistic world. It's all there will be blood. Everybody's a fucking Daniel Plainview trying to, or Daniel Plainfield. And there will be blood, and they'll freaking eat you. They will drink your milkshake unless you drink theirs first. That's just the reality. So
my straw goes all the way over here, and I drink it up.
I am the third revelation.
God, that movie is so terrible.
That movie's amazing.
That movie sucks balls. That movie's
amazing.
It's
Daniel
terrible.
Daniel Day-Lewis was ruthless. He was so brilliant.
Yeah, he was his character is. I mean, he never puts in a bad performance, but it was a shit movie.
So here I am, realizing that these individuals are extraordinarily angry because the world should be this way. They believe in their God, and their lives are somewhat empty. They have very few friends, or the friends that they had didn't live up to the standards that they set for their own lives with whatever kind of Christian they want to be. And they see that people like me, atheists, who will sit here and say, your Christian God does not exist. And I will take that positive position. I will. And you give me, and any theist out there, give me your God with all of his fucking attributes. I will knock it down like dominoes. I have I have done it before. There, of course, I can't knock down a faceless, nameless, unobservable, undetectable deity that kicked the football in the universe and then fucked off with no evidence. I can't debunk that, of course not. But you start throwing things like omnipowerful and omnibenevolent, I could shoot that like
Do we have to say it like that? Do we have to say it like that?
I could shoot that like Duck Hunt, pointing the gun at a light bulb.
Grover style?
Okay. But yeah, I will put that out of the air like I'm aiming the light gun at a light bulb. Done.
Right. Yeah.
By the way, if you didn't know, that's the cheat for that game.
Oh yeah, yeah. That you hit everything.
Yeah.
Never
So
us.
and somebody asked, Zachariah Hooper, that is There Will Be Blood, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah,
Fantastic movie.
There Will Be
Anyway.
Blood. It's a perfect name for that movie because you have to wait 4 fucking hours.
It's not that long
before blood comes on the goddamn screen. I know that. I know what blood really means. I know what blood really means. I know what they're talking about.
Go.
I know it's allegorical to fucking oil. I get it. I just thought it was hilarious that the movie's called There Will Be Blood, and you don't see a goddamn bit of it until the end of the movie.
So Robert Caslow says, what is the big hang-up with the theistic obsession with atheists? And for some of them, not all of them, I'm not going to pigeonhole all theists into this, but for some of them, is because they see atheists like me who completely deny their position and actually have arguments against it. It will shoot holes in it all day long. Actually make a channel where I do this. And I have more subscribers than they do. And they see this, and they hear that I'm happily married. I've been with my wife for 17 years. I have a successful podcast with friends that I respect, and I'm pretty sure respect me. That we have fun every week. That we put out merchandise and we make and everybody enjoys it. That I love my job. I'm about to sell my house for a profit. And I've got so much, and I have all this positivity going on in my life. And a lot of it is, thanks to this community. This community has been fantastic. But I do, and it's required a lot of hard work. I've busted my ass to get here. And there was a lot of down times to get here, but man, when you're up, you got to enjoy it when you've got it. These cats have it's been so long since they've been up. And they say, I've got God on my side. Why am I not up? And this fucker completely spits in the face of my God, and he's happy as a pig in fucking shit. Why is that? And I have to sit here and I have to sit here and smile and take it on the chin because I know he's going to go to hell. But why should he enjoy the ride to hell when I'm not enjoying the ride to heaven? And because when you're 50 and 60 and 70 years old, you try holding on to that boring ass merry-go-round, watching everybody else have fun around you, and everyone else having, successful lives and friendships and interpersonal relationships. You watch them have that when in their minds, nothing happens after this. I'm going to enjoy my life while I've got it because when I'm dead, there's nothing. That's it. You're just dead. Mm. And then they're going, and that's what it is. And they are so fucking pissed that all they can do is attack. Which is why these individuals do not go into debates looking to debate. Why would the pigeon walk into that debate? Why would he do that? He was not there to debate. You know that, and I know that.
No, he was there to preach. He was there to try and make you look like you did,
to make
like
me,
you're an idiot.
Yeah, he's only there to knock me down.
Right, and it wasn't specifically you. It was anybody who would step into a debate ring with him.
Yeah, exactly. So why Darth Dawkins? I've watched all his shit. He does not show up to debate. He's not there to debate or even have a conversation. He's there to knock you down. Okay? William Lane Craig, I've watched his shit. Okay? He starts out congenial, but ultimately he's there to knock you down. That's it. And I'm going to ask the live chat. And I'll ask you, Johnny O, when you meet a motherfucker and all they want to do is knock you down, what do you call that?
Piece of shit.
Okay. Well,
I mean, in all honesty, that's what I call a piece of shit because I have no time. I have time. I have time for not that.
Okay, that's a fucking bully.
Yeah, really. I mean,
that is a bully.
Yes.
If the bully, all the bully wants to do is knock you the fuck down. And why does he want to knock you the fuck down? Because you've got something he doesn't. You are fucking happy. You have accepted yourself. You have accepted your life. And I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you.
Sometimes, sometimes you're absolutely correct. Other times, there's an egotistical thing. Like that's what the pigeon. His was all ego.
Exactly.
With the way that he was talking, no, you're good. The way that he was talking to you, you play that bass. With the way he talks to people, with the way that he presents his bullshit, It's all about ego. Excuse
Mhm.
me. Oh, no, how you particular, and then another particular. Oh, that's just semantics. You're just filibustering. Go fuck yourself, dude.
Well, and that's I'll see if I can catch my train of thought.
Yes, D Rabbits, that is correct. You never kick down. You punch up.
Always
Always.
punch up.
Yep.
So these individuals, who's Zachariah Hooper, I'm gonna show that. Like George Carlin said, "Do you believe in God?
Yes.
No. Bam, fucking dead. Do you believe in God? Yes. Do you believe in my God? No. Bam, fucking dead. My God is a bigger dick than your God."
Yep. Yep.
So I realize I was sitting here thinking to myself, one of the hardest fucking things in this world. I'm 40 years old. I'm not the oldest guy out there. Okay, people have had greater insight than I do, but I think it's pretty on point when I can say one of the hardest fucking things in this world is accepting yourself.
Yep.
Okay, is accepting who you are in this world. If you can attain that, you've accomplished what many people on this planet will never ever accomplish. That is one of the hardest goddamn things to do, is to get out of your own way and accept who you are.
Yeah.
Because we are constantly worried about what everyone else thinks. We are social animals. We want to be in a group because ostracization leads to death. That is what your hindbrain is telling you. If you get kicked out of the group, you're going to fucking die.
Right.
Well, we know that logically that's not going to happen. You're just going to be alone. But even loneliness sucks. Okay. But one of the best ways to do that, the confidence that you get, is in accepting who you are, accepting your life, who you are, and taking charge of who you are. Because when you can accept who you are, you can take charge of it. And when you take charge of it, you can accomplish what you want because you're never worrying about what other people think of what you're doing.
Oh yeah, that was like a huge moment in my life when I figured out that I just didn't give a shit what anybody else said. Really, I mean, for the longest time, you listen to my parents talk about me before they got divorced. I was this happy-go-lucky kid, and they divorced at 8 years old. I was the one who was the most visibly and audibly altered. I went from this bouncing around kid that was always having fun, this, that, and the other, to this really closed off, kind of quiet, don't mess with me kind of thing. And then on top of that, we moved around a lot, so I didn't get to actually make a core group of pals. So it was always it was always a new kid. And, there were people that moved around a lot longer than I have, so I'm not trying to say that, oh, woe was me that I had a terrible life. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's just that those were the things that happened. So my parents split up when I was 8, and we moved around a lot, so I never got to make good friends, and I just got real inside of myself, and I would bottle things up, and I wouldn't interact with people, and if I did, it wasn't a great interaction. And I took what everybody, and that was kind of like self-defeating, because then people start talking about me and all that stuff, and that kind of hurt my feelings a bit. And then one day, I don't know, out of the blue, I just said, why the fuck do I care? Why the fuck do I care what anybody thinks about me? And I had that,
you. Yeah.
Right, and I had that revelation, and then I was like, fucking hell, I feel so much better about myself. I don't fucking care what anybody says about me. I really don't.
That's the big thing, is that when you achieve that, when you can achieve that, you accomplish more than most people will do in their entire lives, because because people are so constantly preoccupied with what other people think of them, or what vision of themselves, or what idea of themselves they're giving to other people. And people don't want to be mischaracterized or misjudged, so they give people what they think they want,
right,
instead of who they are. And I've realized, and it kind of dawned on me, that this is not about theism. It's not about God. It's not even about religion. It's not even about metaphysics. This is about people who have spent their lives giving the world something other than themselves.
Mm-hmm.
This is not who they are. This is who the Bible says they should be. This is who they're. Hang on. I gotta finish the train of thought.
Good.
This is who the Bible says they should be. This is who their church or their congregation or their pastor says they should be. This is how you're meant to comport yourself. This is how you're meant to behave. This is how you're meant to interact with these specific individuals. Okay. This is what you're supposed to be doing. That is not who they are. When they were born, they didn't know or believe any of that shit. It had to be indoctrinated into them, and that is what they're giving. It is legitimately a facade that they spend their lives cultivating and then giving to the world. And we know, the people, especially the people who have been able to accept themselves, know that they are fake. We know this. This is a logical conclusion. We know that this is not real, that this was pressed upon them, and they folded it around themselves like a warm coat. This is not to say that these are all bad people. Usually they use this coat to inspire very, very good things. They're very, very charitable action or whatever. A lot of them use it so that they can justify why they don't do bad things, which is, in my eyes, in my opinion, very scary. It's actually scarier. But
that's kind of,
the idea is,
sorry.
The idea is, these are very, very unhappy people because they see individuals who are themselves, like me. They're like, what you see on YouTube is not a caricature. This is who I am.
Right.
And in real life, Johnny can attest, team can attest. What you see on this channel, that is me. I am as irreverent in life as I am on this fucking this platform. Okay.
Yep.
Because we've got one life to live, and I'm not going to fucking change myself for anybody. Okay. And it's not that I take pride in it, in that I am who I am, and I'm comfortable being who I am. It's that I am not afraid to be who I am.
And that's the thing, right? So whenever I figured out that I don't need to be afraid to be me, that was liberating.
Yes, it's empowering. I saw the power I had over my own life.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw the power that I had over I saw the responsibility that I had over my actions and my inactions. I read, and it was terrifying at first because, oh my God, this whole new world. But then I realized,
I'm not going to sing, I promise.
But then I realized a whole new
I knew you would. I knew you'd do it. I knew you would do it.
I'm in control of this fucking carpet, bitch.
That's
so
right.
I realized, and so these individuals, they see somebody empowered. They see somebody who speaks their mind without worry or concern.
Yeah.
They see people who can go places and are happier. And they're not going to hell because I'm not running around murdering and raping and and whatever and blah 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 and burning places down and
burn the village.
Okay, and I'm not one of these people. I don't do drugs all the time. I don't fuck with people.
I said all the time.
I'm not an asshole, and I can handle my high. And I love my family and I love my friends. I have all this.
Yeah.
I have worked my ass off to be moderately successful, to put myself in good positions, to surround myself with brilliant people smarter than I am, and they enrich my life. And I can do all of this, and I have no gods in my life because they don't exist, and they are unnecessary. And they realize that they've been putting all their eggs, all their happy colored eggs, into one happy colored basket that this mythical figure is going to pay them off in the end. And it just doesn't work that way. That's not the way reality works. Reality is what you make it. That's it. Mm-hmm. Sitting around waiting for a fucking payoff is like an actor sitting around waiting to be called to be in a movie.
So there are two things that
it ain't never gonna happen.
Right. Well, unless you're Tom Cruise, then whatever.
No, Tom Cruise calls them up and says, we're making this movie, and they say, okay, and everybody gets in line to make it.
All right, fine. You're 80 years old, whatever. We'll make geriatric park, whatever. Mission Impossible, the geriatric vision, I don't know, some shit like that. Anyway.
That dude is like still built. He's small, but he's built like a brick shit house.
Yeah, it's called steroids.
He's a fucking monster, dude.
It's called steroids. It just his age, it's allowed. It's called hormone replacement therapy.
Ooh, ouch.
It's true. I mean, it's true. That's what it is. I mean, it's
painful.
Well, it does what it does. One thing I wanted to say, Well, one of the things I wanted to say is that I get into, I don't want to say arguments, but discussions with my wife about this whole business, right? So she goes to
Zachariah Hooper said something. You see it?
why do Christians want to live forever? I don't
Do
know.
you really want to live forever?
Yeah, I knew it was coming. Yeah.
Alphaville, baby. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
It was either that or "It's My Life" by John Bon Jovi.
Oh, it's true. Carry on. Carry on, my wayward son.
Ah, fucking hell.
There'll be peace when
There'll
you
be
are
peace
done.
when you are done.
My Richard fucking Cheese?
Jesus Christ. Anyway, so my wife and I will have discussions about this, right? There's a lot. Okay, so like you, this is who I am. Okay, I don't put on a facade. I might, I don't know, work a crowd a little differently that, when I'm on camera or on the podcast, but this is who I am. You come hang out with me in person, JL can attest, this is exactly how I act. I don't make, I don't change anything about myself. I don't try to put on a fake, most of the people in the audience, most of the people listening to the sound of my voice would be able to figure that out. Like, oh, this guy's just fucking bullshit, He's just
and you
bullshit.
make no concessions.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But our audience is smart enough to know if we were putting on a fake or putting on a character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most people can tell, oh, this is just some bullshit that you're doing, whatever. But I am who I am. I make no apologies for me. If I offend you, I offend you. That's not on me. That's on you. But that being said, there's a lot of things that I don't talk about that I'm very private about because I just don't talk about them. It's it's nobody's business but mine and whoever else directly involved. That being said, my wife and I went through some shit as most long-term couples do.
Mm-hmm.
We both, I'm not going to put this all on her because we both had issues with alcoholism. I say have issues with alcoholism. She decided to go to AA, and I have a huge problem with Alcoholics Anonymous. I think it to be a bit cultish. It's definitely very clique-ish, and I don't like those people just in general. Not a fan of AA fanatics. They're very judgy. Most of them don't believe in the bullshit that they preach. The forgiveness and helping hand and all that, but they put on a show. There's a lot of people that put on a show. Anyway, so she's going to this she went to this AA. She's been a member of AA for, I don't know, 5-6 years now. It works for her, so more power to her. But when she first came home, she was like, oh, look, I got my coin. I was like, oh, that's a meaningless piece of plastic. Because it's not the coin. It's you. You did the work. You made a decision that I'm not, I did it with the help of God. Like, no, fuck that bullshit. Why would you need the help of God to stop drinking if drinking is bad for you? You did it. Don't give somebody or something else the credit. Recognize the hard work that you did. Because that's the important part. That's what's going to carry you through sobriety. Not putting your faith or putting your whatever. You're putting your, I give up the will to God. Fuck that. I don't speak about my spirituality ever. Well, not ever. Just not to most people. But for the sake of argument, let's say I am a spiritual person. There's no way in fucking God's green earth that I'm going to say, hey, it's God's the reason why I'm here right now. Fuck that. I am here because of me. Mm-hmm. I am here sometimes in spite of what a God would do. There's a lot of bullshit out there. A lot of bullshit. And no, I'm sorry. I've overcome the obstacles in my life with the help of friends and family, not with the help of some deity. And people need to start accepting their role. Because as easy as it is to say, glory to God, it's also equally as easy to say, well, this is God's will. And that's fucked up.
Also true.
The whole, God's will. So wait a minute. This omnibenevolent motherfucker had this grand plan that involves a 3-year-old little girl getting shot in a drive-by. How does that compute? How does that make any fucking sense whatsoever? There hasn't been a single Christian, anybody who can explain that makes any kind of sense. And I didn't want to do this stream where we're here shitting on religion. If you believe in God, you believe in whatever, you're Catholic, Methodist, Muslim, whatever. More power to you. Do your thing. Just don't expect me to do it. Nerd Angle says, as easy as it is to say, Jesus, take the wheel as your insurance agent, I don't recommend you do that. Anyway, that was a big long rant that said a whole lot of nothing. Hey there.
No, it says a great amount. It really does. Because that's your story. Your story is valid.
It's definitely parts of the story, but like I said, I want people to start taking, at least understanding that stop giving away your power. It's yours.
True.
You make the choice. Not somebody else. There's no fucking puppet master up there saying, no, we're going to make you go left when you should have gone right. And it doesn't work that way. You are responsible for all the bad choices you make. Why does Christianity say, well, if you make a bad choice, you're going to hell, but if you make a good choice, it's because God helped you? The fuck?
Yeah.
Zachariah Hooper says, when someone yells, Jesus Christ, I yell, citation fucking needed. That's a good one.
Well, it just I wanted to say that, and it was going to be too much for just 1 minute to try and break that down. Is that these are not people who are interested in having a debate or a conversation. These are not people interested in an exchange of ideas. These are people that want to knock you down because they themselves are low, and they hate seeing someone so antithetical to who they are so or look like they be doing so much better, or found a solution. And someone did mention it. Someone mentioned actually a couple of times the sunk cost fallacy, and that's what happens to gamblers when you start chasing your money.
Yep.
Or chasing your losses. You're down $100, so you got to get that $100 back. So you take another 100 out in order to try and get that $100 back. You're chasing your losses,
and now you're down 200.
And now you're down 200.
Yep.
So it's the sunk cost fallacy. I've put, if I'm sitting here as Darth Dawkins, I've put 60 years of my life into this. I mean, he's almost 60, so he probably put 45 or maybe 50. 50 years of my life into this, half a century. Where's my payoff? I'm gonna get my fucking payoff. I'm going to hit the lottery. And it's whatever. He can believe whatever he fucking wants to believe, but when their objective is to just make your life miserable.
Right.
Is simply to knock you down, just to see you down.
Well,
or to humiliate you,
to
try and humiliate you in front of your friends, or
in front of the crowd. It didn't have to be in front of your friends.
Or in front of any crowd. Yeah. That's what a bully does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm 40. Johnny, I think you're the same age as me, maybe a little older. Okay, we are fucking. Team is actually older than I am. Not by much, but he's a little older than I am.
He's a little older than both of us, yeah.
We're fucking adults. People like Darth Dawkins, that fucker
we better be, damn it.
That fucker is almost 60, okay? We put bullying behind in fucking junior, well, I'll say high school for me, because I was
probably
bullied pretty much all throughout.
Yeah.
High school. We put bullying away in high school. I graduated in 98. Okay? 2008, 2018. In 7 years, I will be out of high school for 3 decades. We put it away.
Fuck, why you gotta say that? God.
I know, right?
Damn.
23 years I've been out of high school.
Fuck.
All right?
That means there's a whole other class that has been born and graduated since we have graduated.
I know, right? There are okay. Since we
And there's some
graduated,
change. And there's some
there are
change in
people.
there.
There are people who have graduated. There are people since we have graduated. There are people who have lived, who have been born, graduated from high school themselves, gotten married, and had kids who are now in school.
Yeah, I'm one of them. I have two teenagers.
And I am a big child. That's why I don't have kids. I have 2 German Shepherds. Those are my kids. Yeah. Look at my fucking room. If I had kids, I'd never get them out of here. It's like, leave me alone.
Oh, yeah, they'd be playing with all the toys.
These are my toys.
Opening up your thing. But that's the cool thing, right, about having, I can tell you about having kids with that. I've got some stuff on the walls, I've got some cool stuff, but not as much as I used to have, but because I got tired of moving around and, whatever. I'm not going to get into it, but I have cool toys. My kids have cool toys. They want to play with my toys every now and again. I'm like, look.
You know that you buy cool toys for your kids knowing that you're going to play with them.
Yeah. Jocelyn. Okay, look. So, on Netflix had the new Voltron series that came out eight or 9 years ago, right? Started 8 or 9 years ago. And I watched Voltron as a kid, like the original Voltron. Fucking loved that shit, right? Voltron, Robotech, all those Japanese cartoons were the tits. So I said, hell, Jocelyn came to me one day and said, I want to watch some TV with you. I said, okay, fine. Let's go sit down and watch some TV. And she wanted to put on YouTube. What is that? The famous girl, the glasses and the hair, and she's always commenting on shit. What is her name? YouTuber. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
The girl with glasses who comments on things.
Yeah, she's one of the bigger ones. She's got giant hooters.
All the big ones have giant hooters.
That's the common denominator. Anyway, doesn't matter. She wanted to watch that dumb shit. I'm like, oh, fuck this. No, hell no. I said, how about we watch this cartoon instead? She's like, no, I don't like it. I said, you haven't even seen it. Okay, fine. She's now watched that series start to finish, and there are 8 seasons, I think, of the new one. Mm-hmm. She has now watched that 10 times.
You haven't showed her the original stuff?
I can't get the original stuff. I mean, I can get it, but I don't have the original stuff. So
get the old school stuff, the original Voltron.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's expensive, but I could probably find it on DVD.
It's not
somewhere.
that expensive.
When you have 4 kids, it is.
Just you know where to get it. Anyway, you have 4 kids. You're raising 4 lives. It's a good trade-off.
I did, and I introduced her to. Again, she's watched it at least 10 times, and I bought her all the cats that come together. I've got. She put one of them on my desk over there. She put Keith on my desk, the black cat. So, yeah, it was awesome. She loves that shit. Got my son into video games. I don't get to play video games. He goes to play video games. Every now and then he says, hey, come play video games with me. I was like, all right, cool. We want to play. Oh, I want to play Mortal Kombat. I said, do you really want to play Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat 11?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really want to play Mortal Kombat 11? Because you get mad at me when I whoop your ass all the time. And look, I'm not going to take it easy on you. I do take it easy on him.
That's awesome.
But so we played that for a little bit, and he's like, all right, I don't want to play anymore because I can't beat you. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. But, this is shit like that. My middle girls, my oldest daughter, and my middle daughter, they're not so much into the things that I was into, except, well, Bella, she's into the music. She loves In Flames, so that gives us that bond. But Constance, she just, she loves doing what she loves to do by herself. And when she wants to involve me, she does. And it's fun. She tells me about stories that she's writing or pictures and paintings that she's painting. And we have a good time. Like she wants, all the snake stuff. Like she's, I want a snake. I want a snake. I want a snake. It's like, yeah, okay, we'll get you a snake. I'm not going to get her a snake. But, so it's, like I said, these kids... Having the children gives me the opportunity to revisit some of my childhood and revisit the things that I appreciate while getting a different perspective of those same things, which is really cool. So you having children, I'm not trying to say you should have children. If you don't want children, your wife don't want children, that's fine. Mm-hmm. But if you guys did have children, it would be an amazing thing for you to be able to pass down your appreciation of the horror film franchise to the next generation of J.L. Warren.
Oh, I'm trying to think. You know what? I will say this. Because everyone knows I'm a huge H.P. Lovecraft fan. It's an inspiration both my writing. It's an inspiration the fact that I love the horror genre. I just adore his work, and it was very just very changed. I've always imagined as being because the way HP got his start. If you want to think about when HP Lovecraft was a kid, he was sent off to live with his grandparents, and it was this little scrawny, sickly kid who was really really introverted, really very shy, kind of just padding around his grandparents' house. And it was when he climbed up into the attic and he found his grandfather's library. And at this time, because HP was, this would have been in the early 1900s. I think HP was, I'm just going to double check. Because there's certain things about the guy I haven't memorized. Yes, this would have been like 1903 or 1902. So he's in Providence with it in his grandfather's house, and he discovers his grandfather's library, and his grandfather is full of all this late 1800s, mid 1800s weird fiction and just strange shit. And of course, like all the classic tales, we got everything in there from Robert Louis Stevenson to and all the great poets and all this stuff. But he's got this wealth of horror and weird science fiction that his grandfather apparently loved, to just like never said anything, because back then men were men. We didn't talk about our creative endeavors, but some people have hobbies. His grandfather's hobby was collecting these kinds of books and stashing them in this secret little library hidden up in his attic. And little H.P. Lovecraft, little Howard Phillip, is toddling along, doesn't want to go outside because he's scared of everything, and finds these books. And lo and behold, an entire genre of writing is created.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. That could be you.
I think that would be neat if one of my descendants came across. But I think I could still do that if my brother has kids. I could still do that as the uncle.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
The cool uncle or the weird uncle.
You would be the good kind of weird uncle.
Yeah, I'm the good weird uncle. Like to hang out is like, why does Uncle Jay act like that? Because Uncle Jay is high all the time. Okay, and then one day it's like, we're gonna hang out with Uncle Jay's like this, or maybe when I'm dead and I have my house, and they're picking through my estate, and there's my collection of shit, and one of my brother's kids, one of my nieces or one of my great nieces and nephews, they find it and they're like, wow.
All right,
and they say this, who knows what it can unlock. That would be something like that would be the only reason. Is one of the few reasons I would have children. Is to like kind of leave my collection to somebody else.
Right.
To think. Just try to imagine. You try to imagine this room completely, or my office completely decked out the way it's going to be when it's all done. Everything set up the way it is.
All the posters you just got a whole bunch done, and now you got to take it all down.
Yeah, I know, right? But at least I have an idea of what I want. So
fair.
And then imagine all the pictures I'll have, all the people I've met and the people whose autographs I've gotten and the very cool artwork, and then these movie posters, the old movie posters, and all my dragons and everything. Imagine some 9-year-old kid coming in, they're doing my wake out there in the fucking living room, and he's just looking through the house, going, "What's going on? What's in this room?" And he comes into this office right there.
And then he gets his shit scared out of him. Limey Plague, good night, sir. Don't go in there. Don't go in there. There's scary things in there. Limey Plague, have a good one, sir. Unflat Earth for 10 New Zealand dollars says, "Hi, guys. Hello, Unflat Earth. Good to have you here." That's one thing I want you to do, JL. I want you to do some weird treasure hunt of all your fun stuff. You find your thing that's the most... It doesn't even have to be a valuable piece of your collection, but find a thing that means the most to you. And that's the prize, right? That's the big prize that they have to figure out clues and how to get into. And then you bury that shit somewhere that's in a really fucking scary place. You know what I mean? You get some dilapidated mansion that you buy and you pay the fucking whatever for like 150 years or some shit, so nobody fucks with it. And then somebody comes in, your great 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 grand descendants come in, and like, oh man, the mystery of J.L. Warren. I got to figure this out. And they go in this house and they get the shit scared out of them. But when they're done, they find this awesome memento that links. It's like a cool little. It's like a Goonies type story.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would be the shit.
That'd be kind of neat.
And if you could recreate the whole Goonies thing, oh man, that'd be cool too.
Well, yeah, if I could have like a pirate ship in a cave.
Although, sweet. I've got to say, it is a little disturbing that a group of kids go looking for the one-eyed Willie.
You had to ruin that.
I did.
You just like kick my childhood in the teeth.
I had to shit all over that one because I'm just saying, like Andy in Toy Story gets pissed off because he loses his Woody and can't find a Buzz. I did it. I went there. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna let you process that, JL.
Oh, I'm disturbed. JL's first ghost video on beta tape.
Ooh, there it is.
That's fucked up. Oh, look at that. I'm only 7 subscribers away from 750.
Sweet.
I'm thinking about possibly doing doing another live stream at 750. It was either gonna be 750 or 1,000. But I am going to be dropping a video next week. I'm shooting my next video and editing it this weekend, so I'm going to fucking get it done. It's going to come out. I finally got everything. It took a lot. It took so much studying because I had to go into biblical archaeology, and I've never really gone into it. But when I go into a subject,
I got to say that's a really fascinating subject. You can get lost. Get lost in that.
Oh yeah. And I did. There were a couple of days there where I just went down these biblical archaeology rabbit trails, and you find out where like legitimate archaeology, where that actually there's a lot of people that say that biblical archaeology is not legitimate because biblical archaeology is seeking to confirm the Bible specifically, and it typically tends to misinterpret what it finds in order to say, oh, well, this could confirm the Bible.
Exactly.
Like actually,
well, no, they'll just straight out say it does confirm. We were talking about this. I don't know if it was on the live stream or not, but you and I were talking about this. I saw the Dead Sea Scrolls a few years ago when they sent some of them through town, and it was of course it was held at a seminary in Southwest Fort Worth, and they were they would put up pieces of these Dead Sea Scrolls. I'm like, look, and they were all fucked up because they're thousands of years old.
They look like jerky is what they look like.
I mean, really. So they would put these things up there, and there were missing letters, and it was all in ancient Greek or Aramaic or whatever. And they said, well, this symbol is an L, and this symbol here is an E. So obviously that's love. Oh, or it could be live. Could be like,
or it could be like loave, and the E is like the ending letters or loaves, and like the V, the E, and the S could be gone. Who fucking knows? But that's the crazy thing. Right. But you are correct. There is very, very cool shit that you can find, and I actually wanted to finish this because I was telling you about this. So and I don't really go into this in my video, so I was happy to talk about it. Was one of the cool things I found out is that there was actually a point in history where the Abrahamic religions like Christianity and quite potentially Judaism, well, basically Judaism at a particular point, there could have been, if one little thing, if one thing had not happened, Judaism would have ended, and we could literally say that the Abrahamic faiths would have never come to fruition, that there would be no Christianity. Were it not for this one event. And the event takes me, they talk about it a little bit in First Kings in the Bible, but in reality, what happened was Sennacherib was assaulting Jerusalem and wanted to take the city of David, and because of a lack of fresh water source, what historians, what actual archaeologists think happened is that there were reports of like death in the encampments around the city, and what they think it was because there was no fresh water source because it was cut off. The spring was cut off from them. It was cut off from the army because it walled within the city, so they had no fresh water source. So what a lot of archaeologists think is that there was an outbreak of cholera. It was either an outbreak of cholera because of a lack of fresh water supply, or it was plague carried by rats because the city was walled up and they were able to control their vermin quite well.
Mm-hmm.
And so the vermin on the outside, because of where they were in the Middle East, food is very sparse. So when you run in with an army, okay, the rats in the city that are there, or the rats in the area, will descend upon you en masse, because the rats and the mice, because you have an army, you have supplies, you have grain, you have wheat, you have all this shit. Exactly. And you're bringing tons of food with your army, and that is over 200,000. That's like literally almost 500,000 strong. So yeah, you've got stuff. And then what happened was mice descended upon them and spread the plague.
Yeah.
And so while it didn't decimate their army, it stopped the Assyrians, Sennacherib's army. It stopped the Assyrians from sacking Jerusalem, because if they had sacked Jerusalem, they would have executed, as it was Assyrian tradition, they would have executed Hezekiah and his children, ended his line, and installed an Assyrian tributary ruler who would have ruled underneath Sennacherib.
Yeah.
And if that had happened, Judaism would have died. There would be no Judaism. And if there's no Judaism, there's no Christianity.
Right.
And there's no Islamic faith. And if that happens, the Assyrians maintain control, and we would probably be in a polytheistic state right now. It's fucking, and biblical history is full of crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, one population made one screw up, and all of a sudden the world shifted. It's almost as simple as it's almost simple as like Caesar crossing the Rubicon.
Right.
Caesar crossing the Rubicon was one of the pivotal moments that changed the course of history.
Or when the antithesis of that, when the H-man decided to go against what he knew he shouldn't do and invade Russia. During winter, the Eastern Front.
Exactly. Which unfortunately, and I was actually talking to a World War II expert on this on Discord one time, he actually attacked at the best possible time he could. In other words,
right,
there is no good time to attack Russia.
Exactly.
That was the point.
and that's what had he stuck with his book or his memoir on that, then the outcome would have been very different.
Well, they did. Well, it was preemptive, because Hitler knew that. Oh, I shouldn't say his name. Should I? Should.
No, you shouldn't say his name.
Okay, H-man.
Yep.
God, that makes him sound like a superhero. Well, the H knew that. What can I say? S-man.
The Austrian.
No, the Russian. Okay, sorry. Okay, the German knew that the Russian
was
going to it. He was Austrian.
Yeah.
S-man was Austrian.
Yeah.
No, he was born in Georgia.
What? I don't think so. I could be wrong.
He was born in Gory, Georgia.
Let's see here.
Joseph Vissarionovich, S-man.
Oh, I'm talking about somebody different then.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the leader of the SS.
Oh, no. So the H-man knew that S-man was going to attack him, so he preemptively attacked at the best time he possibly could, which is still not a good time to do it, and that's the reason that fell. But it's stuff like that, or the fact that the reason the Roman Empire fell was because of the bubonic plague.
Right.
But the reason the bubonic plague was able to take a hold was because of division within the state, and because that was happening, the bubonic plague came. Or no, that's why I'm sorry, I reversed it. Sorry, the Byzantine Empire ended because of the Black Plague.
Right.
Because the Roman Empire was able to overtake them, and then we have the Roman Empire. So if that had not happened, or if they'd been able to control the plague, and yes, the H-man was Austrian. H-man was Austrian, and S-man was Russian, yes.
Yeah. Okay. You can say Stalin. We can say Stalin all day long. We just can't say
Stalin?
Yeah, I don't know why.
We can't say H-man. But I said H-man. I totally fucked up your...
It's all right.
Did I fuck it up? They gonna nuke us?
No, we're an hour into this. They probably stop listening.
Fat man, little boy, coming in digitally.
Digitally.
Netflix. Someone's got to make that animation of just like the like Netflix coming in like out of the sky. Boom.
Yeah, right.
Demonetization.
Exactly.
Anyway, what about S bag and H bag? There you go. Shit bag and hoe bag. But yeah, little things like that, like the Black Plague, and pretty much weakened the Byzantine Empire. The Roman Empire was able to take over. And Tony Regime is correct. The Roman Empire also fell. And one of the leading causes was lead poisoning from their pipes. Tiny little fucking things.
Yeah.
You know? It's wild. Wait. Roman Empire was before the Byzantine. No.
Dan Hetfield says, "Quit stalling and get on with it."
Wait a second. Okay, did I mix that up?
Yeah, I think so.
Was it the Roman then Byzantine?
Yeah,
I think Byzantine came before the Romans.
I think it was Romans, Byzantine, then
Byzantine Empire, also referred to as the Eastern Roman Empire or Byzantium, was the continuation. Oh, and the Middle Age when its capital city was Constantinople. Byzantine, Constantinople, 3330 A.D., dissolved in 1453.
Yeah.
And the Roman Empire,
27 to 476.
27 to
476.
Dissolved 476. Yeah. Okay, so I reversed it.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I'm sorry. There's so much goddamn.
It's a lot of it. That's what I'm saying. That's why you can get lost in that shit.
Oh,
that's why you get so long. Really quick, I want to say hello to
Salvatore Ippolito. Thank you for correcting me. I will have that set in my head from now on. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Really quick, I want to say hello to everybody who's joining us. Amy Hogan, Dan Hetfield, D Rabbits, Hads, Salvatore Ippolito, Tony Regime, Bees, all you guys. Thank you for thanks you. Fucking retarded. Golly, I'm so stupid. I can use that about myself, so don't you light your torches. Glad you're all here, man. Oh man. Hey, let's talk about some different shorts. Did you see my post about shorts?
Yes, that was cute. That was very cute.
I almost did it as a video. I thought to myself, I should just go ahead and just do this as shorts on the shitter. I think I will next time. We'll see what happens.
That's what it is. The Antonine Plague affected ancient Roman traditions, also leaving a mark on artistic expression, a renewal of spirituality and religiousness because of the massive death. These events created the conditions for the spread of things like Christianity.
Mm-hmm. There's another fun fact. I don't know if it's a fun fact. I remember reading this in biology, could have been anatomy or some science class that I don't really remember that well. But I remember reading in one of these, I think it was biology, because we were talking about genetic mutations. And we found, there's supposedly, and I have to go back and double check this, but there's 10% of the world population that is immune to the HIV virus because of the bubonic plague.
Interesting. That's kind of cool.
And what they said was there was a certain set of Englishmen or English people that because they were immune to the bubonic plague, that also translated into an HIV immunity. And it just got thinned out over the years, over the
cool
millennia. Yeah, that's kind of a cool little thing that how terrible the bubonic plague was. Well, 10% of the population may not think so right now.
What the super chat Matt 2021?
That's Amy. That's Amy Hogan's awesome child.
Can you shave your long beard for me, please?
All right, hang on.
Wait, who's long beard?
Yeah, which one? Which one, Super Chat Matt?
That beards wasn't plural. There's a target here.
There is a target. I think I know which one he's talking about. Don't forget, Super Chat Matt, I sent you gummy bears.
Why? Don't try to fucking buy
That's so wrong.
don't fucking buy this shit.
That's so wrong.
Where are your ethics?
Couldn't you name the specific gene? But that sounds right. Source: shitty scientist.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, good Lord. I apologize. I mixed it up. I'm glad that somebody corrected me. I'm always glad that somebody corrects me. I will from time to time. I will fuck shit up.
Yeah. He says both.
Both of us.
Yeah.
Let's entertain this for a moment.
All right.
The gummy bear defense. Let's entertain this for a moment.
Here,
what would it take for you to shave your beard?
I don't know. It's kind of funny because who was it? Sent like a $50 super chat whenever I had Bella on the show. Who was it? Oh God. He's Alien X Gaming. He said I'll super chat $50 if you cut your beard. And I looked at Bella and said, go grab the scissors. And she runs, gets the scissors, and I pull the beard out like I'm getting ready for her to cut it all the way across, just under my chin. And then I pull up just the very tip. I said, all right, cut. And she cuts. I said, there you go. And then he sent
Nice.
and then he sent his $50 super chat. So, he's a man of his word. I did not expect him to do that. By the way, I was just being silly, and he did anyway. So, I don't know. I don't know what it would take. Because I'm not a good-looking person with the beard. You can imagine how hideous I am without the beard. There's a reason why I keep the beard so scraggly, because it gives me an excuse to look like a homeless person.
I don't think, especially with because I keep my hair so short. I need the beard to even it out, because with my hair really, really short and completely clean shaven, I don't think it's not a good look.
You would look like you would look like a white milk dud.
I just don't. White chocolate milk dud, but I just don't think. I don't think it's. But could someone in the live chat? Not right now. It ain't happening tonight. I'm telling you right now. It ain't happening tonight. And I do actually trim. I trim the sides here. I keep the sides low, and I'm growing this part out.
Yeah.
So, eventually, I could be super old and sit on a rock, and people can climb up. I can sit on a mountain, people can climb up and ask me questions, and I'll kick them off the mountain.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering I'm wondering what someone could do in a future live chat that would make me shave my beard.
I don't know.
Now, I've been growing this. I have not touched this area right here. I have not really touched. I have trimmed up the mustache, because eventually it gets so long it gets in your mouth.
Yeah.
And that's really annoying, especially because I like eating burritos. And getting beard hair in your burrito is really annoying, or getting mustache in your burrito. But so I trim the mustache to keep the mustache out of my teeth. And then getting mustache hairs caught in your teeth is really obnoxious. And then but I've kept this going. I just like this. This is why and I have this weird natural curly thing. I don't know if people can really see it. I have this curly thing that started happening. I don't do anything to my beard. I really don't. Okay. But it starts curling, and I'm getting like more of them. I don't know what's causing that, or because my top hair, when it gets long, does not do this. So I don't know why my beard is doing this. It's really, really crazy. But I like it. And my wife really digs it, because it makes me look like, just like fucking Viking. Like Berserker.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It looks like Gimli. So, God knows I'm short enough, and I'm wondering, what would it take? 1,000 subs?
I don't know.
Monetization?
No, you'll get to 1,000 subs. No, I don't know. I can't say what it would take for you. For me, no. Dan Hetfield says, point a gun at you. Dan, we live in Texas. That's like,
oh please, that's me at 7. Let's go into 7-Eleven.
Yeah. NA says, hi everyone, driving, just listening. Good to have you here, NA. I don't know what it would take to get me to shave the beard. I did have to trim it quite a bit a few years ago to get a job. And it sucked too, because I had the big beard and the super long hair and everything, the rock star look. And I had to get a job. It was in a situation where I was either going to get a job or be homeless. So I said, fuck, let's cut the hair off. The barber that I went to was like, are you sure about this? I said, just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. And then I went to get the beard trimmed. And I sat down and I got the beard
Fucking Tony.
Uh-oh, what did Tony do?
Tony Regime.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
That's fucked up.
I mean,
it's gross.
Not wrong.
Oh, yeah, Gimli, more like Flint. Getting grayish there, bud. Yes, I am. I am a wise old dwarf.
So does yours turn orange before it turns white?
Mine was going a little copperish.
Yeah.
Mine went a little copperish. Yeah. And I think, sweetie, was my beard going a bit copperish before it started turning really gray? Yeah, especially around the edges. Yeah.
Yeah. See, mine went blonde, red, orange, copper, white. It's weird. Yeah. Commander Darklight, good to see you.
Hey, Commander Darklight.
Yeah.
I will actually set this. I'll set this, and I'll do this. I said I wouldn't be able to spend the entire time on the show, so I am gonna have to bounce here shortly. But I have a goal on my Patreon for Week in Horror.
Yep.
Okay, I have a goal on my Patreon for Week in Horror, and it's high. Well, it's not really that terribly high, but if we hit this goal, we will be able to book actual legitimate live shows, like a live show, where we take the equipment, we set it up at a table, we do it, we have the audience, we interact with the audience live, we have t-shirts and shit and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And, famous people come up and talk with us and actually do a live podcast. We could do this where we have the ability to do this if we hit our Patreon goal. And our Patreon goal, and if and I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not, because
you got to tell them. You got to tell them what they're shooting for.
No, because if we hit that, because they'll know it, because I'll shave my beard if Week in Horror, my podcast, the crew here, Johnny O, me, Eugene, Alex, Angela, the crew, that show. If my podcast hits our Patreon goal, when it hits when it hits our Patreon goal, you will suddenly see me appear on a live stream with no beard. I will shave the beard.
Shave it or trim it?
I'll shave it. I'll go clean shaven. And then I'll just grow it back out again
with a bic.
But yeah, I'll shave it down. I'll go clean shaven.
That's gonna be scary.
I will go clean shaven. I will take it all down, clean, ready to go, start fresh. I have no idea. It could take another year. It could take 2 years. Who knows? But the beard will continue to grow until, if we hit I'll make the solemn vow. I say it right here. You have it right here. Plot Hole Live, April 9th, 9:46 p.m. 2021. JL and Johnny O. I promise you, if my podcast hits our Patreon goal, I will shave my beard.
Link to JL's Patreon.
I will do that.
Put that in there. Yeah, I was going to say. The link to my Patreon is somewhere in these. It's actually right up there. It says patreon.com/theplothole1. That's the number one, not the loneliest number you can ever do. Commander Darklight says, at Jail Warren, do not shave.
It says no. It tells me not to shave.
Yeah.
And you never know. I mean, literally, I may never get to. I may never get to shave. Whatever. But if we did hit it, I would. If we did, I would shave it. I would. I can do. It says, what about the beardsman? Well, the beardsman would have to make do.
He would have to wear a merkin. We'll make you go get one of those Santa Claus.
That's fucked up.
Harold says, link to the podcast, please. Just
I'm pulling it up now. I'm pulling up the link now.
Well, you can do, if you want to go to the podcast, just search Week in Horror on YouTube. It's the first one that pops up. That's right, first one. I had nothing to do with that. I just, I'm taking all the no credit for it.
Oh, dang it. Here we go. Switch cam. There we go. I am 4 away. I'm 4 away from 750.
Awesome.
That's badass.
So we need to get him 254. That's where we need to get you. Get to that 1,000 mark. Usually, that's the Jail Warren site. That's not the Week in Horror. The Week in Horror is at what? Almost 400?
Week in Horror is at 360, I do believe.
Yeah. So pretty close to that 400 mark, which is pretty cool. A lot of your listeners are on the podcast sites, which is good. I say our listeners are on the podcast site. All the, whatever the YouTube podcasts. You're on the Week in Horror is on YouTube podcasts, right?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Let me where the YouTube podcast.
Yeah.
We're on Amazon. We finally got our Amazon.
That's what I meant. I meant Amazon. I don't know why I said YouTube because I'm fucking looking right at YouTube. I meant
yes, we finally got our Amazon approval. We are on Amazon.
Dan Hetfield says, if you get a Merkin, make sure it is not secondhand. I would disagree. I think if he gets one, it most definitely should be secondhand, maybe even third hand. Just got to run it through a steamer first.
B says, I hope you know just the conviction of you saying you would shave your beard is enough. I don't actually want or expect it. Well, that's very nice.
Yeah, don't do it.
It's the only compliment. It's really the only compliment that Darth Dawkins has ever paid me.
That you have a nice beard?
He said, I have a great beard. It's like, that was like a legit guy. Everything else was like a half-assed, like begrudging. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. Like, he doesn't have a stupid haircut like most atheists. He's got some interest. It's silly, but he's got some interesting stuff to look at in his office. It's not boring like most atheists. He's got a pretty cool beard. Like, that was like the only compliment the man has ever paid me.
Wait, so those are real things he said, eh?
Yeah, those are real things he said.
Wow.
When he was, because I heard his breakdown of my video,
just
of my big
life.
video like when he was critiquing it, because he was talking stuff about me, and he was kind of like, yeah, I was like, looks like he's got an interesting. I mean, there's kind of silly stuff in there, but at least it's not boring like most atheists. Most atheists, it's not like a blank void or like one picture. He's got interesting stuff to look at, and he doesn't have like a stupid haircut, like most of these dumb atheists trying to look like there's something they're not. Like, he looks, at least it's not. He's got a respectable haircut. He's got a really great beard. I can respect that. He's got a good beard. I'm like, wow, the man actually fucking complimented me.
Mr. Malore says, nothing like good 70s and 80s gorilla salad. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man.
What the fuck is gorilla salad?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Shag carpet.
Actually, gorilla salad, Urban Dictionary. Oh, there's actually two definitions. One, a thick, coarse, public bush reminiscent of the jet black hair of the eastern mountain gorilla. A thick, coarse, pubic bush reminiscent of the jet black hair of the eastern mountain gorilla. And number two, professional ice hockey player and all-around mouth-breathing dick clown Daniel Garcia.
That's fucked up.
Chicago Blackhawks forward Dan Gorilla Salad Garcia has been suspended indefinitely pending an in-person hearing with the NHL's Department of Player Safety regarding an act of aggravated stupidity. It was nice before the curtain bits.
It was nice before.
Lush is what it is like that.
Can you imagine being a 70s and 80s male porn star?
Yeah. How I know this porn was shot in the 70s? Because the guy's dick has sideburns.
I mean,
actually, there's things. It was like, one, they didn't care about body hair. Man, you could be like Robin Williams in that shit. Just the bush. Yeah. They didn't care about that, and that makes the getting sweaty all the worse.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They're, oh man, I feel bad for anyone that has to, tend to that area. Jesus.
There's something to be said. There's something to be said for 80s, for like 80s stuff, because 80s had you had some throwback to the 70s, some nostalgia porn. I found some Tracy Lord stuff. Yeah.
It's kind of funny. So if you take some of those older ones and you juxtapose it to like then and now, you're like, you feel kind of weird. You feel kind of weird about it.
Yeah, it's true.
Dan Hetfield says, so this is actually on point. So do older ladies have silverback salad? That's great. Oh man.
Oh, what is it? Commander Darklight said, "Does the carpet match your curtain?"
Oh
Not
man.
yet. Not yet. Not yet.
You've got carpet. Oh man.
Yes.
I just,
Yes.
you know, you don't have to. You don't have to answer that question.
It's not. It's not like I stuffed Robin Williams in my underwear, and it's just it's not
Pow!
like that. I don't have Robin Williams in a figure 4. We don't have to call the landscaping company in. We just-
Yeah.
What was
Oh,
that shit?
Jesus.
What was that shit in Scary Movie?
The bats came flying out.
The bats came out. And then he pulls them off and it's whoosh.
Yeah.
Then he has put the safety glasses on. He has the head.
Oh man, what was the other one with Dane Cook, where he's got to bang all those women?
Oh,
Good luck, Chuck.
Good luck, Chuck. That's right.
That
Yep.
part where he goes pull the ladies down, says George W. Oh man.
Oh shit.
Zachariah Hoover says, "What does it taste like going down on elderly women?" Depends.
So fucked up.
Oh Jesus.
fucked up.
That's funny though. It's funny. That's funny.
That is funny. Oh shit. Dude, it's getting to be about 10. I've got some work.
You know what? All the times that I've tried to end the show at 11 o'clock in the normal time, you bust my balls.
Well,
What are you, an old man or something? Somebody's got to take his Viagra and go to bed.
Well, why would you take Viagra before you go to bed?
Duh. So you don't fall off the
No,
bed?
you're married. No,
So
you
you don't fall off the bed?
It's a fucking break.
It's a kickstand. I mean, come on. Oh, jeez.
What the fuck? What did we descend into? I swear.
Oh, man, I broke myself and I broke JL.
Oh, what the? What have we come to?
Exactly. That's what she said.
That's what as the actress said to the bishop.
Charlie Welch says tripod. Yeah, exactly.
Fucking, it just reminded me of Austin Powers. Fucking Bert Troyer was like, oh goodness, you're a tripod. He just
D Rabbit says, speaking of old man, your old man acting for the old man in the last video was amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
really good.
That was an off the cuff one.
Yes, Nerd Angle, we have a built-in safety device.
Commander Darklight says, I take a quarter of a Viagra every day so I don't dribble in my shoes. Oh my goodness.
Oh. It's like, why did the Parkinson's patient take Viagra? So he could catch his noodles.
Okay. Please tell me you've seen this commercial for the Parkinson's spoon.
Yes, I have. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I laughed so hard the first time I saw that.
It's not.
It's fucking hilarious. Why the fuck are you taking somebody with Parkinson's to eat some goddamn soup? What fucking sense does that make?
It's the smart spoon.
I mean, holy shit.
Thousands gain independence with Parkinson's spoon.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
A spoon for people with Parkinson's. Whoa. Oh, you watching it?
That was
Oh,
puppies.
okay. Charlie Welch, gotta set the cock break.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Like I said, it's
I
the
wonder
only way. Go ahead.
I wonder how many people in here. I bet everybody in here has heard the joke that I tell. The joke I told you. I like telling that joke.
Tell it again.
I wonder if there's people who might not have heard it. But I'll share it this time. There's probably a few people that haven't heard this one, but I like to tell this joke, and we got touched on this subject, touched on this kind of gross subject. So I actually want to tell this gross joke. I tell this joke to kind of keep it alive because it's the last joke that my dad ever told me before he passed away. Actually, he told me that then we estranged, and then he passed away before we could make amends. So this is the last joke he ever told me. So I like to kind of give it some life here and there. So I tell it to people that I like the live chat here. But it pretty much goes, once upon a time, there was this little senile old man who lived in a nursing home. And one day, being a little bit senile, he decided to let himself hang out. And he would do this from time to time. Little senile old man would let himself hang out. Well, one day, a little senile old lady, she came along. She sees him let himself hang out. And her being a little bit senile, she approaches the little senile old man. She asks him, "May I hold it?" And the little senile old man looks up and says, "Certainly." And so the little senile lady sat down and next to him, and she would hold him. And this carried on for a few days. The little senile old lady would come and find the little senile old man, and she would hold him until one day the little senile old lady came along and saw another little old lady holding him. Well, this simply would not do. But being a lady of class, she decided to hang back and wait for the little lady to get up and leave. And she approaches the little senile old man, and the little senile old lady says, "I don't understand. You used to let me hold you, but now you let her hold you? What? I don't understand. What did she have that I don't have?" And the little senile old man looked up at her and said, "Parkinson's."
That's such a good one. Oh, that's such a good one.
And look at that. It is 10 o'clock.
It is 10 o'clock. Oh, man. Hang on.
So,
Some people say they want to see the Parkinson's. I'll put a link in the chat if I can ever.
The link in the chat.
Yeah. It's funny. I don't know. I laughed really hard at it. Uh-oh. What you got here? Oh, wow. Look at this. It's a glowing Try Me cup. Oh, that was not a good idea. Right in my face.
Did,
Oh, wow.
There you go. Watch, and I'm probably going to hell for that one, but I don't care because
no, the people who made it are going to hell.
yeah, that really. I laughed so hard at that the first time I saw it. I can't remember where the hell I was, but somebody came in the room and was like, "What's so funny?" I said, "This commercial."
It's so wild. I'm actually watching the live chat. Hey, Munchkin. Leaving like a fart in an elevator jail. No, I'm actually watching the live chat, so it's delayed. So all of a sudden the string of LOLs showed up, and I'm like, okay, I know I've officially ended the joke. And so no, I will say this, before I bug out. I want to thank everybody in the live chat. You guys have been amazing. 40 people, or 39 people watching right now. 40 people watching right now, and I only see 19 likes. Is that all the likes that we have? That's 19 likes. That's all I see, and a whole bunch of people watching. So please be sure to smash that like button. Help Johnny out. Every like does help. And of course, if you haven't subbed to the channel, definitely check out sub to the Plot Hole. It's amazing stuff every single week. My channel is JL Warren. My podcast is Week in Horror. The links have been up there. You can check me out. I have a new video coming out this week. I'm going to be shooting it and editing it this weekend so I can make sure I get it out as quickly as possible. I tend to put a lot of stuff into my videos, like lots of source material and various things, just to kind of make them entertaining, because a lot of stuff I talk about can be kind of dry. So I try to make it funny and entertaining. And I hope that you guys enjoy it when I do drop it. I hope the shorts are kind of like whetting your appetite for the next thing. So I'll keep those up. I found out in apparently a lot of Christians' feeds, my shorts are coming up in their feeds, which just makes me laugh. Letting JL tell a joke is as irresponsible as letting Michael J. Fox hold a baby. Okay, and the George said is both legend, and the George said you will be legend in hell. But
Ugly German Truths, good to see you, sir.
Definitely, I want to thank everybody for turning out, and of course the individuals who jumped and subbed to my channel. I'm currently at 746.
Awesome.
So if I can get 4 more subs, it'd be badass, and get me to 750. It's just a little milestone that I'd like to get to. And then, of course, my podcast, Week in Horror, which I host with a variety of brilliant people, with Eugene, with Alex, with Johnny O, and my wife, who works behind the scenes and has been on the show as well. Angela, who kicks ass and makes every episode amazing. She's also our timekeeper in every bloodbath debate. So if you haven't heard our bloodbath debates, you can if you're a patron. Check those out. The link was in there, was patreon.com/weekinhorror. And of course, if we hit our Patreon goal for the podcast, I will shave my beard. And I will do it live.
It's $1 million.
Fuck it. I'll do it. It's not $1 million. it's not even
$2 million.
I will shave my beard live. I will do it live. I will cut the beard off, and I'll actually do a live stream where I shave the beard. Clean shaven. So that's that. Whenever that happens, it will happen. So you'll just see the announcement. I will shave the beard if Week in Horror hits its Patreon goal. Thaddeus Koss, thank you very much. It was excellent to see you. Nerd Angle, great to see you sober. Dan Hetfield, love you too, dude. Mr. Malort, yes, props Steve. Yes, I find Steve to be kind of a detestable individual. I've been in conversations with him before, and he's redonkulously condescending, and I just don't like talking to people who are like that. Like he said, he's just in there to be like, look at my giant nutsack, isn't it so giant? And I'm like, I don't care. So I just find him kind of reprehensible and kind of So I just pass off, Yeah. But of course, if anybody wants me to look into his stuff, look into his argumentation, because whatever. I mean, I'll look into his argumentation. I hear it's kind of like wonky because he's like a fucking Chinese salad bar. He pulls for whatever works, whatever he's in the mood for.
Based on previous conversation, that could be taken so many different ways right now.
Yeah, I know. It's like, no, I am not in mood for wontons. Oh, look at the munchkin.
Oh, yeah, she's a munchkin.
Did she cut her hair?
Kind of. She looks like a little China doll.
Holy shit, she looks like you.
Oh, poor girl.
She takes after you, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like big time.
Don't worry. You'll grow into your mommy's looks.
I could see her mama in there, but she has her mama's eyes. The rest is you.
Yeah. Yep. She's beautiful. She's going to bed. You going to bed?
Yes.
Say yes.
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 So freaking.
Good
so
night.
goofy.
I love you.
Night, Munchkin.
Whoa. And she's off. I thought she was off.
Caliban, talking about Steve McRae.
Holy.
So yes, good night, and the George said good night, everybody. Dan Hetfield, love you, and good night, and the George said good night, everybody. You guys are amazing. Mini plot hole, yes. You all have a good night, and Johnny, thank you as always for having me on.
Well, of course, all you got to do is just say I'll be on the show, and you're on the show. Easy.
Okay, I just saw you trying to eat your child's head.
I did. I did not. That's not what happened. I just watched
it. That's how delayed this is.
Oh, I'm getting yelled at.
Yelled at? You mean kissed?
You realize you're outnumbered in that house. So
yes. That's why we got 2 male dogs to kind of even out the numbers, and then 1 male turtle.
I'm watching just the wildness in the background.
Yep, it's fun. It's never a dull moment in the plot hole house.
It's amazing.
Never.
All right, and good night. Oh, and there's Mama Tega.
Yep.
So, before we go, we are going to have to do a dinner before Angela and I bounce out. So I would like you to meet Angela. I would like Angela to meet Erica.
Okay.
I'd like her to meet team as well. So if we could do team, you, me, Angela, and do a thing, we can bring over some food, and if you want to fire up the grill again, that would be really, really awesome. So
yeah, I got a new grill. Big one.
Oh, fucking A.
Yeah. I think we can do that.
Hell yeah.
Let's make
That'd
that
be
happen.
badass. Maybe we'll go live from the dinner table.
We could do that.
There we
yeah.
go.
Set it all up, be all nice and fun.
Awesome.
You
all right,
kidnapped.
Chief.
All right. Well, you get out of here. Go do your old man thing with your Parkinson's spoon.
I'm not gonna ban my bed. I already said the H word. It's totally demonetized.
Yeah, that's true. It happens. All right, JL, you get out of here.
All right, guys. Love you guys. Be safe. Be excellent to each other. I will see you next time.
All right, and that's JL Warren, everybody. Let's see here. I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer because JL is... should I leave him frozen? Nah. Boom. We'll do that. There'll just be a blank spot there because I'm not going to go back and cover it up. Well, you know what? Here, boom. We'll cover it kind of with the chat. We'll do that. Oh, stupid chats. Let's see here. Hang on a second. I have to fix it. So the chat, it doesn't really matter. Do you guys care? Probably not. I have that tattooed on my neck. Uh-oh. I'm not sure what you have to... I don't know if I want to know. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Uh-oh. There's somebody behind me. All right. So, who all saw the shorts on the shitter? My wife saw it. She thought it was hilarious. She comes up to me and says, "Is it bad that I knew that you were actually on the shitter when you did that?" I said, "No, it's supposed to be." I thought about recording it live, just, making a video, like a short video on the shitter with my thoughts about those Karens that came in. But I didn't do that because, I didn't want to push the envelope. But I might do that next time. We'll see what happens. It was fun. I like doing that stuff. Speaking of these, what is it? What is it? What are you doing? Why are you gyrating? Go to bed, you silly person.
I'm not tired.
Well, I know you're not tired, but it's 10 o'clock, so go to bed.
I have drawings to show.
You have drawings to show? Come on, come show your drawings.
I drew the red lion.
When there's something weird in your neighborhood, I'm going to call JL Warren, of course. Let's make sure we can see. Hang on. So, we have new artwork. You know what? Hang on.
Let me just wait. Let me just get this.
Take
this
that.
page out.
No, don't take it out. Don't take it out.
No, I want to.
Don't take it out. We can do this. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay. There's that. All right, now it's bedtime.
But I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Oh, no. Oh, no. You're not supposed to feed gremlins after midnight. Ah, jeez. Well, go get yourself something to eat. Kids, they get bigger and they eat more and it costs me more money. Golly. Didn't see the short, but your old man acting was awesome, as someone earlier mentioned. Well, thank you. Thank you. That was off the cuff. I didn't script that out, so I just said, let's go with it. So, yeah. But JL Warren seems to not have scared off the arty plot hole at all. That's true. Amy Hogan says, "That's amazing." She's not listening now. She's eating.
I am listening.
She was practicing a lot. She's got a lot of good drawings and paintings and whatnot. She's a little artist, and hopefully we can let that flourish because she likes to do it, and I think she's good. Okay. Future debates. I've got one coming up with Faux Hammer and JL Warren. It's going to be about gun control. So, I don't want anybody to flip their shit. I'm going to moderate that one, obviously, like I would moderate anything else. I think JL Warren and Faux Hammer 335 are probably the two best people to have on about that because they're going to have difference of opinion, but they're not going to be assholes about it. They're not going to overtalk, and they're not going to... they're not going to be jerks about it. They're going to have fun and they're going to get their points across. It's going to be a real debate and it's going to be a healthy conversation. Something that I think should happen in this country. That will never happen because we have too many people that are, up in arms about their arms. What are you going to do? Amy Hogan says, "Oh my, yes, Matt is always hungry." Did he eat all? No, you ate all the gummy bears, didn't you? It's okay. Aw. Hey, come back here. Will you take that for me? See, this is another beauty part about having kids. You always have a servant.
I'm not a servant.
She says she's not a servant.
I willingly do this.
Little does she know. Amy says that would be an interesting debate. I think so. I think it's going to be fun. That being said, I need to get some other ones set up. I think maybe Sundays. I don't know if anybody is hosting debates on Sundays. Fohammer says that he can only do his on Sundays, and I didn't think that I want to do a Sunday debate. But if Sunday is a good day for everything, everybody, then maybe we'll do that one. I'm not sure. I don't want to step on anybody else's toes. I get the feeling they will be arguing on the same side. So I think, Commander, that there's going to be some things that they do agree on, and that they're going to have an agreement. But I think how they get to what they agree on is going to be a little bit different. Been looking forward to Fohammer 335 getting more than just however many chat characters YouTube allows to share his view. Yeah, I think that he's got a lot of experience. My goodness, there's a cat right there. He's got a lot of experience in the field. He's a gunsmith. He's very passionate about the subject. Tony, no, those gummy bears were not edibles. They were edible, but not edibles. So there we go. Dishwashers are what I called my kids. This is what my father called his kids. My brothers and I, we were the dishwashers. He'd always bragged to everybody that he had 3 dishwashers in the house. People thought we were rich. I was like, no, we're not rich. He just has 3 boys, so we wash the dishes. Even when we had a dishwasher, we were not allowed. Holy crap. I remember when we had guests over. Like, my younger brother brought his girlfriend over once, and she had some breakfast, and she was cleaning up after herself, and she put her dirty dishes in the dishwasher. A totally normal thing for people who are younger who have dishwashers and see a dishwasher. Holy shit. My old man was not happy. Somehow I got a lecture about how we don't put dishes in the dishwasher. We hand wash them. What the fuck did I do? I didn't even do it. Yes, Commander Darklight, that was Voltron. Yeah.
Wait.
Ella Fitzgerald versus Celine Dion. I get Ella. Okay, Chris Durham, find somebody who will take Celine Dion versus Ella Fitzgerald. That's a tough one. Not that Celine Dion is not very talented and has a powerful voice. It's just how you're going to beat Ella Fitzgerald in that. Yeah.
There are fellow Voltron fans?
I'm sure there are.
Well, I've been obsessed with it for 4 months.
Go eat your dinner and go to bed. Crazy person. Amy says, I was the remote. We were the remotes and the antennas. Yeah. What did the deadhead say when he ran out of weed? Damn, this music sucks. Oh, yep. I never got into the Grateful Dead, and probably because I don't smoke weed. D Rabbit says L all the way. Yeah, I just don't know how you're going to find somebody who's going to pick the Celine Dion portion of that argument and have a successful debate. Because Ella Fitzgerald is just an amazing voice, amazing talent. Again, nothing against Celine Dion. I just don't think she holds a candle to Ella Fitzgerald. I do think she's an amazing performer and has an amazing voice, by the way. Yeah, you heard it. Johnny O said Celine Dion can sing her ass off, and I'll take that to the bank. But anyway. So yeah, if you're interested in actually having a real moderated debate, unlike some of the things that you've seen in other channels, I'm not going to do Flat Earth. I'm just not going to do it because there's no debate. There is no debate when it comes to Flat Earth. Unless somebody says, hey, I'm going to give you $10 million to host this debate. I'm not going to do it. Just not going to happen. Flat Earth is stupid. I'm done with it. I don't want to do that anymore. So even my creative content, I might like poke fun at CC Chris every now and again because he's fun. He's a fun one to poke fun at. But like Nathan Thompson and Daniel Pratt, those guys can go spit. Some of the other ones that are more fun to make fun of, okay, we'll do that. But, I only argue if I know I'll win, says Chris Durham Music Channel. Yeah, that's you are definitely stacking the deck against your opponent. Anyway, yeah, I look forward to doing some of that stuff. So if you want to get in on something like that, if you have a debate lined up and you have somebody who you're willing to debate, let me know. Shoot me an email, plothole1@gmail.com, and we'll get that set up. Let's see here. I'm still waiting for an apology from the Canadians for Celine Dion. Why? It's not Celine Dion's fault. She's Celine Dion. Or something like that. Climate change. I'd watch. You know what? That word. I'm so tired. I would like to. Here's the thing. I would host a climate change versus no climate change. I would host that debate all day, every day. Flat Earth debate is yes, no, because no, yes, but no. Boring, circular. I agree. Commander Darkless says I agree. Let Thompson and Pratt fade away. Yeah, I'm done. Like I said, I'm done covering those two guys. Unless something really egregious happens at the news show plot hole as the plot thickens. Unless something like that's if it's a slow news week, then maybe. Even if everyone believed the Earth was flat, it would still be a globe. Exactly. That's why there's no debate there, because the objective reality dictates that there's no debate. Let's see here. Celine Dion tried to be cool singing You Shook Me All Night Long. That's a slam dunk for Ella Fitzgerald. Yep. Let's see. Zachary Huber and Avril Lavigne. Yeah, golly, she sucks. She's terrible. Anyway. I don't know why she walks around looking like she's got punched in the face all the time, too. It's kind of weird. If I was a better debater, I'd step up for climate change. Dion is better than Bieber. Yep. Dion is much better than Bieber. But that's, again, Celine Dion can sing. She can sing her ass off. You may not be a fan of that style of music, and I perfectly understand that. I'm not a huge fan of Celine Dion's style of music, It's not something that's going to make me stab my ears out like, Avril Lavigne, but she can sing. She can sing her ass off. I appreciate that. I can appreciate a good performer and someone who is really good at what they do. So long as what they do is appreciable. Like Daniel Pratt's really good at being a dumbass. There's nothing to appreciate there. Let's see who else. Bette Midler, Chris Durham. Have you ever seen Bette Midler in concert? I'm curious. Let's see here. Levine still wins the looks department in that comparison. Ella, Celine, Avril. I mean, if you're into like stupid looking girls, I guess. I'm not saying, to each his own, I guess. Didn't Celine Dion sing about the return voyage? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know all of her catalog. I don't know. So it's possible. But yeah, let me know if you've seen Bette Midler in concert. She is a very funny woman, Bette Midler. Puts on a great concert. Don't really care for her music, but the way she works a crowd, the way she entertains, she is... she's amazing. She's an amazing performer. DSC. Now let's get to Chad Kroger. Please explain that. Yeah. Nickelback. I never got it. I never understood the whole Nickelback thing. I never got it. I think you had to be born in the late 90s, kind of coming of age during the early 2000s to be a Nickelback fan. I never got it. Like I've heard some stuff from Nickelback that was their earlier stuff that was really heavy. Well, in comparatively speaking to other Nickelback stuff. Chris Durham says, on video, Bette did a song that she introduced with a story about a mermaid. I think I've seen this performance. This is with not the Apollo, Madison Square Garden. Chris Durham, is that right? That was their performance at Madison Square Garden. I think I have an old USO LP with Bette Midler routine. She's great. Yeah, she is an amazing actress. Don't feel alone. We do need an apology from Canada for giving us Celine Dion, just as Australia owes us an apology for Helen Reddy. The question, nope, not going to do it. The entire country of Portugal hates Nickelback. That's the one where they were opening for Metallica, weren't they? And then Portugal started stoning them, throwing rocks at them. Why would you put Nickelback opening up for Metallica is beyond me. I I don't see anything special about Nickelback, but it's just average pop. Nothing hateable about it either. I'm not a fan of it. It's not like if I hear Nickelback, I'm like, oh my god, this music is terrible. It's not my favorite. Oh yeah, there's Voltron. There he is. It's not my favorite, but I'm not like one of those hardcore Nickelback haters. Like, I would rather watch paint dry. I'd rather listen to butterflies, flap their wings, but. And her pianist was Barry Manilow. Really? Really? That's an interesting combination. Barry Manilow. Why would you put Nickelback on stage? That's a good question. Let's see here. Why did the public in Portugal have rocks in their pockets? Because they knew Nickelback was going to be there. Yeah. Like I said, Zachary Hooper says, I am a hardcore Nickelback hater. I mean, to each his own. I don't get down with that. I'd rather, there's so many other things I'd rather be doing. I mean, if Nickelback comes, I don't listen to radio anymore, so I don't have to worry about if this comes on the radio. I've got, my collection of music that I listen to. And Nickelback is not on there because I don't like Nickelback. I'm just not my fan. I'm not a fan of them. But, again, to each his own. Let's see here. Canada is off the hook forever because of poutine. It's the best. Okay. Okay. Yes. You're having a Hot Pocket at 10 o'clock at night?
Mm-hmm.
Go to Hot Pockets. My goodness.
They're delicious.
Well, I'm just saying it's not necessarily the greatest thing to have right before bed. Yep, that's the big old. This sucker here costs some coin because people pay money for this stuff. And I'm one of them. I mean, she wanted it, so. This is Jocelyn's. This is the 6-year-old's. But she plays, she lets the big kids and mommy and daddy play too. So we're trying to get him to stand up.
Over $300.
This what?
Cost over $300.
Yeah, it was expensive, but it was worth it. It's pretty cool. If all the people who sold me these lions knew that I took them out of the freaking boxes and actually, he doesn't want to stand up.
Yeah.
It's because his foot's all. I don't know what's going on here. Whatever. Here, go put him away. Go put Voltron away. He needs to go to bed. If making something deliciously crispy is confusing you, just soak it in greasy gravy and cheese curds. It's not confusing me. I just, it's not something that we don't get a whole lot down here, poutine. So, yeah. I think it's cool too, Commander Darklight. That's why, like I said, my brother and I, we used to have the early 80s version, I think 84. Had the big die-cast metal one. That was cool. Loved the hell out of it. And I think my mother threw it away. She got mad at us one day because we didn't clean her room and threw away what turned out to be a really expensive toy. The only band I've ever been a fan of is Pink Floyd. I don't hate Pink Floyd, but they're not my favorite. I think for me, the first Pink Floyd song I remember hearing was Money, and I just did not like it. It rubbed me the wrong way. That cash register sound was just like, fucking hell, God. It was like, I don't know, I just didn't, so it took me a long time to warm up to Pink Floyd. But, I mean, they're a fantastic band, obviously. Roger Waters and oh, gosh, I can't believe I forgot his name. Anyway, they're an amazing duo. Are the limbs of that Voltron actually detachable? Yeah. So, yes, that's Ugly German. It's the 5 different lions that turn into the big Voltron. That's why you buy 2 of these collectibles, one to play with and one to keep mint. There was that idea, but again, it's, $300 each. Not Floyd without Roger Waters. I agree. It is not. Roger Waters went on tour a few years ago by himself. I had the opportunity to go, but I had to work, so it sucks. I would have, I should have went. Should have told that job to piss off, go see Roger Waters, but I didn't. But yeah. Let's see here. Gilmore. There it is. Gilmore. Golly, David Gilmore. I can't believe I forgot David Gilmore's name. So. Pink Floyd on acid at Planetarium is about all I have to contribute. I bet. Bette Midler and Barry Manilow played once together, and it's the only video I ever saw of her. She was great, and that's where she did the mermaid question before. Oh yeah. I think that was at Madison Square Garden. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it was at Madison Square Garden. That'd have been a good show. What are you doing? Go to bed. Go to India. All right, come here, give me a hug. All right.
I love you.
Love you too, boo. Go to bed. Get some sleep. Take the puppies with you. They'll keep you warm at night. First song that I ever learned to completion was Mother. I think the first song I ever learned start to finish. I was always the worst when it came to learning songs. Biggest Metallica fan you're ever going to meet in your life, right? My Metallica trivia is on point. Now, I don't know everything. There's some people that know more trivia than I do, but some of the obscure stuff, on point. But I never sat down and learned an entire Metallica. I would get bored learning other people's songs. I always be like, oh man, I'm gonna go learn this song really quick, and I would sit down and start to pick it up and play, and I'm like, I want to do something else. I want to play my own music. So I did. I never really learned other people's songs, but I think the first song that I learned start to finish was "Shove It" by Deftones. Gilmore is an ass. Waters is the guy. Not even going into Barrett here. Let's see. Ever tried haggis? I have not tried haggis. It sounds disgusting as any dish I've ever had sheep related was gross. I've never had haggis. It does not look appetizing to me, but Thor says I saw Roger Waters a few years ago. What? Yeah, I would love to have seen that show. Let's see. I used to be the biggest Metallica fan until the Black Album. I hear that a lot. And I don't hate the Black Album. I think there's some really good stuff on the Black Album. There's some really good stuff on Load. Reload, not so much. Saint Anger, man, if they would have just actually had a producer who was into producing a real album. I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to go for that, garage band sound again, and it just didn't work. It was too much. They had a lot of stuff that they recorded at the Presidio that they wanted to keep, and they didn't want it to, the James. And there was a huge break in the 18 months break in between the start of that album and the finish of that album. There was an 18-month break in between there. That album took him like 5 years to make because Hetfield didn't want to. He had to go to rehab. But they had all this stuff they recorded at the Presidio that they didn't want to throw away. They wanted to incorporate that into the new stuff, and they couldn't go back to the Presidio because they were doing renovations or they were tearing it down or some shit. So they started all new stuff, and they put all that together, and you could hear the Presidio stuff versus the newer stuff, and just it wasn't good. It just was not good. There are a lot of places where Bob Rock should have pulled these guys aside and said, "Hey, we need to do some different things, some things different." Invisible Kid does not need to be on this record. We don't need to have frantic tick 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 tock. We don't need to have that. That's not. Lars pissed me off with Saint Anger. So here's the thing. Lars didn't want to sound like that, but Lars didn't want to have solos on the record. So that's how Kirk Hammett kind of got back at Lars. Fuck Saint Anger, says Dan Hetfield. Like I said, there's some good stuff. The Unnamed Feeling is probably the best song on that. And if you were to take that song off, put it by itself, and actually have somebody go in there and reproduce it and produce it where it sounds better, sounds good. I'm not talking about how the song is put together. I mean, how it actually sounds, like, the EQing and the compressions and the blendings and all that stuff, the way the drums sound. Actually, because hearing some of these songs live, they're really good. They sound so much better live than they do on record. Let's see here. Bob Rock killed Metallica. He changed Metallica, that's for sure. And that's kind of, that shaped what Metallica is today. And again, I mean, I would go see Metallica if it didn't cost $250 to go see one of their shows. I can't afford to spend that kind of money. I can't afford to spend that money on a concert. I had been to every Metallica show from 1999 until 2008. And then when they came back through, I think it was 2012, they went to the Cowboy Stadium, and the tickets were stupid. It was $250 for tickets in the nosebleed. Cliff is not crying right now. Cliff is dead. I hate to say it, but he's not crying right now. D-Rabbits. I think Cliff would have, there would be some things that have done maybe a little different if had Cliff not passed. But I still think there would have been an experimental period that they all had to have gone through to, and that's where that, Load and Reload kind of came out of. Load, Reload, and then Saint Anger was trying to pull it back towards more of that 80s metal, and then Death Magnetic came back pulling it more back towards that 80s metal. And then you had Hardwired to Self-Destruct, which really brought it back. That was one of the best albums they put out since Master of Puppets. Really got back to their roots and more thrash metal and whatnot. So I can really appreciate that that record. But yeah, Lars. I said that pissed me off saying there. Yeah, my favorite Metallica song is "Everybody's Got Something to Hide Except for Me and My Monkey." Oops, that's the Beatles. Yep, that is the Beatles. Bella going to bed looks like other people moving out. I didn't want to say this online. No, I'm just kidding. They all came back from her grandmother's house, so they're bringing their stuff in. Anyway, I'm kind of tired. Ride versus and Justice. Oh, you had to say it. You pulled me back in. There are some things that were done on And Justice for All that are truly amazing. To Live Is to Die is probably the best instrumental song that Metallica's ever written. Everything about that song is right. There are very few missteps on And Justice for All. Now, Ride the Lightning being their second record, there are mistakes. There are things that are out of place. But it doesn't take away, it doesn't diminish the album. It's still a fantastic record. Start to finish, Metallica, there are very few bands that I can take a CD and put in and just listen to it start to finish. Metalheads think alike, just saying, Johnny O. That's true, right? Whiskey in the Jar was a good cover. I agree. It was fun. It was fun. Dan Havens, I'm off, peeps. Thanks for a good show. And by the way, Ride the Lightning all the way. You know what? Like I said, it's a killer album. It's definitely in my top 3 when it comes to Metallica albums. To Live Is to Die is also Cliff's last song. Yeah, he wrote the lyrics, and there's I forget which portion of it that he wrote as well. So yeah. It would be interesting to see how different Metallica would be had Cliff not passed away. Justice did have a horrible mix. That's the biggest misstep on And Justice for All was the mix. It is awful. The drums are terrible. The fact that the bass is so buried. Yeah. I've only seen Metallica once. It was an all-day event with Magnum, Rat, Metallica, Bon Jovi, ZZ Top. Man, that would have been cool. Tony says, no, Whiskey in the Jar was an awful cover. I mean, for what it was, what they were doing, getting away from the Load stuff, it was okay. I didn't hate Garage Inc. I thought the songs that they picked to cover were it was a nice contrast. Whiskey in a Jar, yeah, the Irish tune, the Irish drinking song. Metallica covered it. They covered the Thin Lizzy version of it. But I didn't think it was terrible. I liked the contrast because the original Garage Days and then the Garage Days Revisited. Those were the songs that Metallica would often play live to get people in, to get people to listen to what they were doing. Played old Diamond Head covers and Blitzkriegs and I'm drawing blanks. The Prince, stuff like that. So that was cool because that was the garage. That was the stuff that they were playing, and they mixed their stuff into it to get people. Boom. I liked Metallica's version of So What. Yeah, that was a good one too. The And Justice mix was because of Lars. Yeah, it was. It was. Lars thinks he's a genius when it comes to mixing. He's not. But, you know. Anyway, so you've got those songs on the Garage Inc. and our Garage Days and the Garage Days Revisited, which are awesome. It's fantastic. It's cool to get that history of Metallica. And then they do things like Loverman by Loverman, and they still do, you know, like Free Speech for the Dumb. They do some of the punk tunes that also influenced them. They did some of the Misfits stuff. Well, no, I'm sorry, that was on Revisited. But, well, no, they also did some Misfits stuff on the Inc. side of the newer stuff. But they brought in Blue Oyster Cult, and they brought in Merciful Fate. They brought in all kinds of stuff. Some of the stuff that also influenced them, and some of the stuff that was influencing them at the time. It's stuff they like to listen to. Bob Seger and Turn the Page and whatnot. But I am fortunate that I've seen Metallica a few times in Jersey. New Jersey was their second home since Joey Zazula is from here. Yep, he used to hang out near where I grew up. Yep. Tuesday's Gone. That was a cool. That was like a last minute. They're going to not throw the song on there, but the last minute idea to put on there, getting everybody together to do that song, that Thin Lizzy song. Golly. Leonard Skinner song. Yeah, so, and that was fun. It was a big jam session, so it was pretty cool. Pretty cool little tune. Let everybody do their thing. Anyway, I knew you got an extra 20 minutes out of me with the Metallica. So all you do is say verses. Metallica versus. I got it. Let's do it. Anyway, I had a lot of fun. You guys are awesome. Thank you to thank you, Thor, for upgrading your membership, and thank you to everybody who has sent in super chats. I appreciate it. It helps this channel grow. It helps me do things like get new equipments and whatnot, and I really, truly appreciate it. Everybody who supports via Patreon or channel membership, you guys are amazing. Everybody who supports, even with something as simple as like, sharing, and subscribing, all you guys who interact with me in the comment sections and watch the videos, that really helps the channel grow, and I really do appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Zachary Hooper says Megadeth, period. Well, here's the thing. We'll talk about that some other time at a different show. Not that I don't like Megadeth. It's just... No, there is no it's. There's no it's just. It's not that I don't like Megadeth. I think that whole Megadeth versus Metallica, I think it's silly. You know, they got to learn to get over all of that. You want an outro song? D Rabbit says outro song. So Metallica is a band. Yes, Metallica is a band. Let me see what I got. Let me see if I have something that's different. Not different, but let's see what I got. Let me look in the old drive. See if there are any new ones. Now don't tell Rock Metal Talk people that I'm doing this, because I know he wants to keep them kind of secret, but I don't care. I wrote these songs. Let's see here. I would play this one here, but you know what? I'm going to play this one here, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to play this one. So this song was, I mean, they're all collaborations, but this song, the way this is working, I'm here in the States. The singer is in Florida. We've had Sean Beasley played bass for one song, and we have another bass player who's in Ohio. So this is kind of an all-around thing, and everything's being mixed in Florida. Well, I've done the majority of the recording here, all my guitar parts and whatnot. Kind of all the arrangements have been done here, so I've sent it off because I just don't have time to give this record the proper attention that it deserves. So I've sent this all off to go, be mixed and mastered and whatnot. D Rabbit is coming. I promise. I promise it's coming. Brett Fran, I can't do it. I'll get hit. I'll get the death. I'll get the whatchamacallit. You know what'll happen if I play that song. They'll be mad at me, and then I'm like, son of a bitch. Anyway, so this song here let's see, yeah. I wrote it, and I took a long time on the solo because I wanted to make sure it was right. Well, the engineer who's mixing this together didn't listen to the reference track to see where the solo went. So it's out of place. The solo's out of place. And I'm curious to hear if anybody can say this is where the solo should go, if they can hear where I envisioned it going. I'm curious. I just want the people to know at the plot hole. Yep. Brett fan. That's another one that Metallica took and that's like redid the whole thing. That whole middle part isn't in the original. But all right, so here we go. I'm getting out of here. Let's see. What am I doing? We need that to go there. There it goes. And then, boom. Enjoy.
Someone would pray for me, 'cause I'm about to die tonight. My life is filled with your agony, whitewashed with some lies this time. I don't care who you are, where you're from, if you're a star. I don't care who you are, where you're from, if you're a star. The motherfucking star that you are. The motherfucking star that you are. My life ain't so pitiful. No matter how hard that I tried to have and to hold someone, while I wielded and died. I don't care who you are or where you're from, if you're a star. I don't care who you are or where you're from, if you're a star. The motherfucking star that you are. The motherfucking star that you are. You're a star. The devil's heart. I wish that someone would pray for me, 'cause I'm about to die tonight. My life is filled with your agony, whitewashed with so are, where you're from, if you're a star. I don't care who you are, where you're from, if you're a star.
And for some reason, it just ends abruptly, like this stream. Thank you all for hanging out. I hope you guys come back and see me next time. That being said, I'm Johnny O. It's time for me to get on out of here. Cheers, guys.